Hey y'all, it's Dee Dee. I'm a fiber artist who specializes in knit and crochet items, sharing my yarn journey with y'all, the good, the bad, the weird, the ups and downs, anything related to me and or yarn, or both. So this is week 2 of our crochet and fiction book club for February. It's month 2, week 2, basically. So we are reading and discussing fiction books, and then we're also going to be working through crochet books. I kind of wanted to start this mostly, honestly, as a selfish project for me to motivate myself and have others motivate me and or motivate others too, you know. Oh, that sounded so selfish. I know. I didn't mean it to be selfish, really. Anyway, it's something I want to share with others, you know. So, and that's really what this YouTube channel is about, sharing with others, sharing the yarn journey. Anyway, so the books that we are reading, let's see, I'm going to start with the crochet books. We are reading Friends, the one with the crochet, by Lee Sartori. And we are also reading, for the crochet books, My Pretty Brown Doll by Yolonda Johnson. Both of those are really good books. I have them on my Kindle, but I do have information for where you can purchase them in print. I know you can purchase them also on, I think they're on Kindle and Google Play Books. I think they're on both of those, or Amazon even. There's so many different areas you can get them from. The fiction books that we are reading are Holes by Louis Sachar. And The Witcher, The Last Wish by Andrezej Sapkowski. And if I've mispronounced these names, it's not intentional. Anyway, so for week 2, we usually, let's see, what do we usually do? We go to our listing. I made up a little itinerary, and I always forget, which is why I made the itinerary, because I know I'm going to forget. So we talk about gathering the products and supplies for stuff we're working on. And, let's see, okay, yep, gathered products, supplies, talk a little bit about each book without spoilers. Okay, so I already mentioned the reason I chose these books, which is because the over-commercialization of Valentine's Day leads people to believe that that's the only good thing about it. Or it can. I'm not going to say it does, I'm just saying it could. But I think we could all stand to, you know, let's see, what is our find ways to celebrate other types of love and friendship, really, you know, and family even. So that's kind of what both of those fiction books are about. Let's see. So Holes, for one, that one centers around Stanley Yelnats, who is a teen who is convicted of a crime that he did not commit. Anyway, so he is sent to Camp Green Lake, which is a correctional camp, where, fittingly for the title, they dig holes all day. I'm not going to really go into more details because that could be welcoming to spoilers, and we don't want to do that. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, we will get to the next one, but I forgot to mention we're in our new office space. So, we are in our new office space. I'm so excited for it. I have a new job starting up on March, which is kind of why we needed to revamp our office spaces and reorganize, and that's why everything's been so stressful, and this video has come out later than I intended to. I meant to do it by at least Friday, but it's been busy. It's been a busy week. It's been a fun week, though, because we've both been off. Me and my boyfriend have both been off for vacation for most of the week. It's been great. We got a chance to get away. We went to Little Rock, and everything was square or Victorian. I didn't mind so much the Victorian, but it's like, gosh, everything in all these buildings are so square. It's like they didn't have fun with the architecture. I don't know. Anyway, so getting back to the plot, literally, The Witcher, The Last Wish follows Geralt. It's a little, not really omnibus, but it's a collection of short stories. It's not the first chronologically in the series, but it is the one that is recommended to be read first because it gives an introduction to Geralt, the world of The Witcher, and all of that good stuff as well. So without giving too much away, Geralt is a monster slayer. who has been, like, basically genetically modified. Literally. Like, he is literally a genetically modified human who is no longer human. Was a human. Former human. Anyway, so this one follows the story of Geralt, and, let's see, it says, Geralt the Witcher is revered, hated, a man whose magic powers enhanced by long training and mysterious elixir have made him a brilliant fighter and a merciless assassin. Slight spoiler alert, the merciless assassin part is a presumption, not the truth. Anyway, yet he is no ordinary murderer. He targets the multifarious monsters and vile fiends that ravage the land and attack the innocent. So, anyway, yeah. So, basically, it does, give the context of he's merciless assassin, but he does show mercy. So, it's like, it's all a ruse. Anyway, so, like I said, I've read both of these books before, and as we're filming this, I have, for this month, already read Holes 2. Anyway, so, the other thing that we were going to do is show our progress on our book blanket and book snakes, because we are now doing book snakes. So if you saw the intro and didn't see that, well, that wasn't decided until February, I don't think. Or actually, it was January. It was mid-January. I'd already recorded most of the stuff, so it came in a little bit kind of under the radar in January. So I'm going to show this. I'm going to do them, I've decided, as I read them, and we're just going to grab it over here. Fell down, instead of at the end of the month, because, say for example, I read like 5 books, I could probably crank out 5 granny squares in a day, but I think it might be easier and quicker to do it just as I read them. So I went with colors from the original cover for Holes for this one. So got the orange, the brown, the blue, and the red, and more blue. So, I also decided, in January I did 20 stripes for the first book I read, and I thought, instead of doing that, because it led to me, trying to estimate how many of each, it's just far easier, since this granny square technically has 4 rounds, which means, not 4 rounds, it has 7. It has 7 rounds, which means from edge to edge, there's like 14. So if you count from here, there's 14 rows. Like from the middle out. So I'm doing it that way. Since it's not as many less as 20, but it does still give it, that's for the snakes. So these right here are 7 rounds. I think I used a 5.5 millimeter. I'm using so many different hooks and needles. But anyway, I have a way of tracking it. Maybe I do. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to probably join those at the end of the year, or a little bit closer to the end of the year. But I have my book snakes. So I'm going to leave in the description, I think I am, links to the creators of these patterns. Look at it. So this right here is the section for Holes, which is a basic 14 stitch repeat of this. So, but in snake form. I loved that idea. So I'd seen it in January and I incorporated it. So we're doing it in both knitted, since I do knitting, and I know not all of y'all do knitting as well. So I do have an alternative. Oh, it's here. Okay, cool. I thought I'd lost it. Now, this is a pattern from Cinnamon Stitches. Now, when you see the pattern, don't be alarmed. Her pattern does use, Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches uses a, I think it's the Minikins chenille from Premier. I decided to go with the worsted weight yarn since I was already using it. And it just results in a slightly smaller snake. Very cute. I haven't added the tongue yet. Maybe this one won't get a tongue. I don't know. But this one is the part for Holes, and this one was for last month as well. So I'm going with those. I'm still going to do 4 before and after. Still need to do that for this, for the after portion. But I think 14's a little bit better because it's easier to base it off the squares, So, and we're going to have them somewhere around the yarn room at the end of the year. Oh, I need to move these because I have my project. So we're talking about the project. So I think I mentioned a little bit last week about the projects that I wanted to do. I wanted to do a Little Mermaid inspired doll for my pretty brown doll. And I have the materials. I have the materials here. So I have gingerbread for the arm, which is very matching with my cardigan. So we also have for the tail, I decided to do Hunter, which it's kind of hard to see. It's not black. It's kind of like a foresty green. There we go. So it's kind of like a dark foresty green. So then we also have, let's see, I've got Brava, and these are Brava, all are Brava. So these have been worsted weight that I've been showing. This is the wine color that they have. So most of it requires the worsted weight, but for the hair it requires a worsted weight along with, I have also Brava, but this one is in bulky weight for the hair. So this one is also the color wine, so that's what we're doing. I do have a bunch of minis as well for the, I want to say she wears like a purple little bra. I think that's also in there, and I think there was a little bit of accoutrements on the tail as well. Like I said, I've got a bunch of minis, so we will go over those. They're all the way over there. I'm not going to reach over. They're all the way across the room. But anyway, so that's what we're going to be making as well. I need to start on, well, actually, I have started. So I've started on the head, and I've got a good way to go. I do. We're not behind schedule as far as schedule here goes, because starting projects is next week. Although next week is tomorrow. Anyway, so I did already start and get most of the way done with this next project that we're working on, which is the pivot washcloth set. They call it a washcloth set. I'm just doing one. I'm just doing one. But so I've got my it's kind of hard to see a little bit, but it does say pivot. I think it's hard to see because I'm looking at me recording the video, and I know it's going to flip, but it hasn't flipped, so it looks weird to me. But anyway, so this is mostly done, like 70% done of the washcloth. So I believe I am using the We Crochet Cotton, which is a DK weight blend of cotton and linen. It's very soft, very good for like washcloths and even wearables. So that's the one I'm working on. For both of these projects, I think I'm using, I'm using a 4mm. This is a crochet hook I got from the Woobles kit. I got on clearance, and it works really well. So, anyway. So, I think that's about it. I'm trying to think if we have anything else to discuss. Not really in this video. I have some other thoughts and videos I wanted to talk about, but I think we'll do that a little bit later. And as far as the video for next week, I'm going to try and do it sometime between Wednesday and Friday, which is what day of the month? Let me see. So that would be of the month. It would be sometime between the 19th and the 21st. That's what I'm aiming for. Hopefully it won't be as hectic as this week, which this week wasn't even hectic. I'll try and be talking more about it in one of my other videos that I'm about to do, which is talking about a little bit about our trip, a little bit about a cool yarn store that I finally had a chance to go to. So I did want to say thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all have a great rest of the week. I know the week's almost over. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!